Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
I'm Antony.
Today we have a heartwarming story for you about a boy who loves dogs, that he did something most children wouldn't think of doing or care to do.
没错，我们今天跟各位分享一个非常暖心的故事哦。一般的小朋友应该不会想到这样的事情，可是呢，因为今天我们这个主角他呢丧失了他的这个宠物嘛，后来他想要一个很好的方法来帮助其他这种在流落街头的这些流浪动物们，我们赶快来看看今天这个暖心的故事吧。
Okay, let's begin with the first paragraph, first sentence. When kids are asked what they want to be in the future, they tend to say race car driver, astronaut, pop star, or YouTuber.
OK， 所以在第一句话里头，我们先跟他讲说，如果你问到小朋友，哎呀，你长大想做什么呀？大多数的小朋友会这样子回答，他说 When kids are asked， 当他们被问到 what they want to be in the future， 长大要做什么呢？ They tend to say， 他们通常会说 tend to do something， that means 有这样的倾向 or you can say they're likely to say race car driver， 好，我要当赛车手，或者是 astronaut 太空人， pop star 流行天王，或者是 YouTuber， 好，这个你们都晓得。
Okay, we start our second sentence, our next sentence, with a blank because this is our close article for this month. So we will read the rest of the sentence first, or we have no way to know what the word should be. This is not the case for 9-year-old Russian boy Pavel Abramov. Well, our clue here is this is not the case because in the first sentence we said children tend to say, as he said, likely, they are likely to do something, but then we learned this is not the case. So we need a word which is going to change the direction of the meaning. Our four choices are A, likewise, B, moreover, C, despite, or D, however. Well, likewise and moreover would be more of the same. They would agree with the first sentence, but the second sentence disagrees to the first one. Well, how about despite? Despite is a preposition, and so it needs an object. But there is no object here. It's just a single word. How about D then? However. However can be used as an adverb to begin an idea that is very different from or even contradicts what the first sentence says. So it fits. However, this is not the case for 9-year-old Russian boy Pavel Abramov.
老师刚刚提到一个非常好的字汇叫 contradict。contradict something 意思就是指跟后面这个事情是矛盾冲突的。好 contradict 的拼法是 contradict。contradict 就是一个动词 contradict something， 所以呢老师刚刚他们提到说1跟2这个地方 likewise 跟 moreover 他们通常是讲同样的事情在更多的讯息。那 C 的部分 despite 这个字它是一个介系词，所以它后面一定要还要接一个名词才会完整，可是在这个地方我们只有一个空格，所以说我们要选择一个有转折的功能，好完全转到一个相反的方向这样的一个副词，所以我们答案选成是 D however。 所以整句话意思就是然而呢，好，对于这个9岁的好的 9-year-old Russian boy Pavel Abramov 这位小男孩来说呢，却不是这么一回事。
In fact, the boy Pavel, that's a Russian name, he plans to become an architect who will build a huge shelter for stray dogs. So he doesn't want to be a pop star or an astronaut, something like that. He wants to be an architect.Someone who plans and designs buildings or other structures. What kind? The tallest building in the world? No, an animal shelter, especially for dogs.
没错，所以在这边的话，特别注意一下这个 architect 这个字的 ch 的发音，它的话不是发 ch， 它是发 k， 所以在上面可以写个 k architect， 好，就是指建筑师的意思。所以整句话就说了 ，He plans to become an architect， 他打算要变成一个建筑师。后面他就告诉你 ，Who will build a huge shelter for stray dogs。然后他呢？变成建筑师之后，要为这个流浪的狗狗们打造一个非常大的一个收容中心，这样子可以照顾他们。
Okay, let's take a short break before we find out more about little Pavel. Welcome back. Now let's take a look at our second paragraph, the long second paragraph. Abramov's story is sad, but inspiring. You all know what sad means, but inspiring means that we feel hope. Some bad situation, we can change it and make it good and happy.
没错，在这里的话 inspiring 是一个非常非常重要的字汇，它是一个形容词 inspiring 来自于 inspire 这个动词。好，所以在使用的时候，你可以把它加 ing 来表达这个 story 本身令人振奋、令人鼓舞的感觉。所以说 Abramov's story is sad but inspiring。虽然这个故事很让人感到伤心，但是呢，也能够鼓舞人心。怎么说呢？我们继续往下看。
Abramov's family had a pet that blank a few years ago. So like most families, they had a pet. We don't know what kind yet, but that blank a few years ago. Here is our second close item. Should we choose A, passes away, B, has passed away, C, passed away, or D, would have passed away? Of course, this is a grammar question. A few years ago tells us when something happened. That's a simple past tense. And the only simple past tense here is C, passed away. The verb pass away in the past tense, we add ed only to the verb part, not the what we call a particle, away.
没错，所以这边的话，我们根据上下文里头，你有看到这个 a few years ago， 对不对？好，你也知道说他在讲到之前发生的事情，在过去的时间里头发生的事情，所以这边的话，我们理所当然的要选 C passed away。好，在这里的话用过去式来表达，它的 ed 的话只加在前面那个 pass 这个动词的地方。好，在这里的话，我们选择的答案是 C。所以整句话意思就是Abramov's family， 好，他们这个家里呢有一个宠物，我们不晓得是猫是狗或者其他宠物。That 这个地方的话是一个冠带，好，那它几年以前就过世了，就死掉了。好，在这里的话是 sad 的部分。
Like most kids, Abramov was heartbroken about losing his pet. I can remember when I was a kid, about 9, 10, 11 years old,We had a bird, and the bird was very clever, and we let it fly around the house, and it would sit on our shoulder, and we would talk to it. It was a wonderful, everyone in the family loved the bird. Well, birds don't live forever, people don't live forever, and that makes us sad.
没错，所以在这里的话，我们就听到老师讲到说，他以前有养一只小鸟，对吧？家里头飞啊，还会停在肩膀上跟它互动，很好玩的。可是鸟的话，寿命其实没有那么的长，所以都可以知道说，当它离开的时候，那种感受是什么。同样的道理，在这句话里面提到说 ，like most kids， 就像很多小朋友的感受一样 ，Abramov was heartbroken. When you say someone is heartbroken， 就是说哇，痛彻心扉啊，很难过，很难过，对不对？About losing his pet， 对于痛失宠物这件事情，他感到非常非常的伤心。
So, blank, his mom's help, he came up with the idea of kind paintbrush. Because he was heartbroken, he was so sad, he wanted to do something about the situation, and he asked for his mother's help. So we're looking for a word that connects the boy and his mother's help. We have 4 prepositions here. Should we choose A, for, B, with, C, off, or D, around? Well, let's see. So, for his mom's help, doesn't make much sense. With his mom's help, she helped him. She helped him with what he wanted to do. that works. Off his mom's help, we don't say around his mom's help. Again, it wouldn't make any sense here. Definitely choose B, with someone's help.
With someone's help 就是在某人的帮助之下，这个算是一个蛮固定的一个说法了哦。所以在这边的话 ，so with his mom's help， 就是在他妈妈的帮助之下呢 ，he came up with the idea， 就是想出了个办法。老师最开头的时候有提到一个说 think of， 其实就是要讲到同样的概念，所以这边你可以用 he came up with the idea，he thought of the idea of。kind paintbrush 好，就是友善的画笔 kind paintbrush 这样的一个想法，或是这样子的一个做的方式。好，有想到这种方式是在他妈妈的帮助之下。
This is a business model where Abramov paints someone's animal blank a donation to a shelter for stray dogs. A business model is a business plan. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? Why are you doing it? All of this is part of your business plan, and the model is the way that you decide to do that. He, the boy, paints someone's animal blank a donation to a shelter for stray dogs. The shelter will be an animal shelter for stray, homeless dogs. So what do we use here? A, by means of a donation. B, on behalf of a donation. C, in order to a donation. I'm laughing because C is impossible. D, in return for a donation. Okay, by means of a donation would tell us how something happens. On behalf of, we usually add a person after that. On behalf of my students, I want to present this, la, la, la. So it's usually a person there. In order to, usually is followed by a verb. In order to do this, we, and so on. So D is the only one left, and it does work. In return for. I do this because I want something to happen. So you do A in return for B. He will paint in order to get a donation, a gift from people who he paints, or maybe he paints their animals. We don't know. I don't think we know here. Paint someone's animal, I'm sorry. So he paints their pets, and that makes them happy, and they will give him some money. He saves the money. He's going to be an architect and build a huge animal shelter.
Yeah, 没错。所以这个地方的话，我们选的答案是 D, in return for. 老师刚刚提到说 do something in return for something else. In return for 后面接的东西是你想要换来的东西。所以我们看这整句话哦。所以整句话它这边提到说 This is a business model. 这个是一个商业模式。Where in this business model, where 你可以在上面写 in this business model. 在这个商业模式之下Abramov paints someone's animal， 好，是帮人家画他们的宠物，对不对？好，什么用来交换？好 ，in return for a donation， 用来交换一个善款 to a shelter for stray dogs。这个善款会捐助给一个动物收容的这种中心。好，这个动物收容中心的话，这些动物是 stray dogs， 就是这流浪狗的动物收容中心。
Instead of wanting toys or money, Abramov wanted to help the stray dog population of his city. Most children who want to be astronauts and so on, they think, ooh, I can earn some money and buy a new whatever, bicycle, computer, something, or go to the movies more often, but not little Pavel. He's going to save that money in order to build an animal shelter.
哇，太酷了！所以整句话就说 ，instead of wanting toys or money， 不像其他小朋友说啊，我要钱啊，我要玩具啊，对不对 ？Abramov wanted to help the stray dog population of his city。那他的话是希望能够帮助他这个整个城市里面这些可怜的流浪动物，尤其是流浪狗啊等等。Population 这个字用来可以形容人口或者是任何动物的这种数量，都可以用 population 来表达。
Soon.Abramov's idea took off, and he blank all of his free time to painting pictures. Nice kid. Well, if your idea takes off, it means it's successful, it's popular. Many people will do it or buy it. And he devoted, revealed offered, or approved all of his free time to painting pictures. He used all of his free time. So let's see. Devote means I will do it and only this, and I promise to do this. That sounds good. Reveal all of your time. We don't use that. Offered all of your free time. Maybe. Approved of all of your free time. Now, the parents might approve or disapprove, but he's not going to approve it if it's his idea. Our best choice is A, devoted. He promises to do it.
没错，所以这个地方我们答案选的是 A devoted。这边特别注意一下哦，很多这种 devote 这个字也好，或是我们刚刚在第4格的后面 donate 这些字也好，你不妨可以在他们后面都把那个后面的 to 给圈起来。好，比方说这边第5格 he devoted all of his free time to， 好，把这个 to 圈起来之后，后面接的是一个名词或者是 VING 的形态，所以这边会讲说 to painting pictures。 好，特别记得这个 to 的话是介系词的 to。 好，很多时候 donate 也好devote 也好，都会搭配 to， 它的名词形式 donation、devotion 也会常常搭配 to 来使用，所以这一题整句话意思就是很快的，他的想法呢就成功了。took off 指的是起飞，像飞机起飞的意思。那一个想法起飞，代表他很成功，突然间就成功了，而且呢，他就花了非常非常多的时间。He devoted all of his free time to painting pictures， 就开始帮人家作画。
Okay, let's take a short break before we finish today's program. Okay, now let's finish up. In exchange for his beautiful paintings, he asked for food and supplies and donated them to a local dog shelter. What a great kid. He's working hard, painting pictures. He's making other people happy, and they will give him either some money or maybe some food that he can then donate or offer to shelters that are already working in his city.
没错，所以在这边的话，我们看到最开头他说 in exchange for， 好，我不晓得各位还记不记得我们在第4个选项里面，好，第4题的里头，我们选择是 D in return for。 When you say in exchange for or in return for something you want， 好，都是要去交换你要的东西。所以这整句话他说 in exchange for his beautiful paintings。He asked for food and supplies。 好，所以说今天人家要跟他交换的话，就是你要拿什么来交换呢？他呢会要求到后面的东西 food and supplies。 不要忘记 supplies 指的是补给品，除了食物还有其他相关的补给品呢，我们会用复数的形态 supplies and donated them to a local dog shelter。 好 donated， 然后把这些食物，好，可能狗粮啊、猫粮啊，还有一些必备的用品都一次捐给这些收容中心。非常非常好，真的是非常暖心的故事。很不一样。
While this didn't make up for the loss of his four-legged friend, you might wonder, this, where is the noun? But here it's a pronoun, and it refers back to all of his activity, the painting, the accepting of donations, himself donating those donations to an animal shelter. So what we just talked about, a single word, this, can represent it. It didn't make up for the loss. It didn't equal the loss. He's not going to feel happy that his dog died. That's not the case at all. And yet, it did make Abramov's life and the lives of a bunch of stray dogs a lot better. It improved his own life because he was doing something to help dogs. And of course, the dogs he helped, he may never even see them, but dogs will live a more comfortable life because of his work.
没错，所以在这边的话呢，我们看到 while 这个字，你不妨帮我圈起来。while 这个是一个非常非常重要的词汇，因为往往一讲到 while 的时候，都在比较两件事情。那我们看看这两件事是哪两件事吧。你看第一件事情，他说 while this， 老师刚刚提到 this 就是他前面所做的这一切。OK， 这一切呢，didn't make up for the loss of his four-legged friend。 好，就是虽然没有办法弥补他失去这个宠物的那种伤痛，就是哎呀，就不会觉得因为这样子而感到开心。好，所以就是无法弥补 make up for, or you can say compensate for. Compensate 的拼法是 C-O-M-P-E-N-S-A-T-E. Compensate 是一个动词，都是指弥补的意思。虽然这一切没有办法弥补它，也换不回它的这个四脚的朋友，也就是它的宠物，对不对？ It did make, 这个 did 指是 really。好，在这里的话，因为是用 did， 所以后面 make 用原形动词。It did make Abramov's life and the lives of a bunch of stray dogs a lot better. 所以不只是这样子做这些善事，帮助他自己，也帮助了许许多多这些流浪动物。好，这真的是非常非常酷、非常暖心的故事啊。
Well, thank you, Pavel, and thank our audience for learning a bit of English with us today. Until the next time,
bye-bye.
第28页，刻漏字，画画拯救流浪狗。
Painting for Pups. When kids are asked what they want to be in the future, they tend to say race car driver, astronaut, pop star, or YouTuber. However, this is not the case for 9-year-old Russian boy Pavel Abramov. He plans to become an architect who will build a huge shelter for stray dogs. Abramov's story is sad but inspiring. Abramov's family had a pet that passed away a few years ago. Like most kids, Abramov was heartbroken about losing his pet. So, with his mom's help, he came up with the idea of Kind Paintbrush. This is a business model where Abramov paints someone's animal in return for a donation to a shelter for stray dogs. Instead of wanting toys or money, Abramov wanted to help the stray dog population of his city. Soon, Abramov's idea took off, and he devoted all of his free time to painting pictures. In exchange for his beautiful paintings, he asked for food and supplies and donated them to a local dog shelter. While this didn't make up for the loss of his four-legged friend, it did make Abramov's life and the lives of a bunch of stray dogs a lot better.